Moving on to the next topic. Whooping kids, right?
Right.
Whooping kids. That damn show, if my mama knew I was sending out dick pics, that damn show would have been like that girl in that video getting her ass whooped.
Okay.
So, it's a lot of, I've been seeing on Twitter, a lot of people talk about whether you should or shouldn't whip your kids. A lot of people say, like, you know, that's some shit that you went through, so you want to put your kids through it, but it's not necessarily right. You know what I'm saying? I've seen people say, like, you doing that shit out of anger, you can't communicate right, so you want to, you whooping your kids because you know how to communicate with them and things like that. Simone, I know you heard a hot take on it from.
So, Tamara Mowry, which is, you know, the twins, Mowry twins. So beautiful girl. But anyway, she was saying that she doesn't whip her children. And the reason why she doesn't whip her children, because she feels like giving children whoopings is more of a state of mind for the adult and not for the child. You know what I mean? Because I got so many whoopings and I feel like I might agree with what she's saying. I think that it's because you're being impatient and that is the result that you want to, you know what I'm saying? That's what you go to. I'm not gonna lie, I ain't learned shit from a whooping. I just learned that I'm gonna be sneakier. I guess that's what I learned, how to be sneakier. But my stepfather told, we were having a conversation like a year ago, and they were talking about who got the most whoopings and stuff like that. And my stepfather said for 2 weeks straight, Simone got a whooping at 5 p.m. every day. Like, my mama loved whooping kids. I'm convinced. Like, and I was, abused.
Oh my God.
It's not too late to call DCFS on her ass. No, I'm kidding. No, her ass. No, I was bad though. I ain't gonna lie, I was bad as hell. Really bad. Like, I did dumb shit. Like sneaking food, leaving a plate underneath the bed.
Oh, my brothers do that.
No, but then I forget about it, and then she go underneath, and then she be like, "Now if I get fucking roaches." Like, shit like that. Probably regular kid shit, but my mama was like, she ain't play.
Right.
But yeah.
I don't know. For me, I look at it like this, right? Every action need a consequence. There's no book on parenting. There is books on parenting, but there's no book on parenting.
It's not the perfect book.
So you got people who don't whoop their kids. The kids turn out fucked up. Some of them turn out good. You got people who do whoop their kids, and some of them turn out fucked up. Some of them turn out good. You got brothers and sisters raised the exact same way.
Getting the same whoopings.
Getting the same whoopings and all that shit.
And
some
all
of them turn out fucked up. Some of them turn out good at the end of the day. I'm for whoopings. I'm for whooping ass. And this is why. I feel like I think the things that it teaches, because whether I talk to you or whoop your ass or whatever I do, I'm gonna talk to you and whoop your ass. But whichever one
my mama talk while whooping your ass.
I'm a separate the two.
No, she didn't tell you.
Yeah. I think regardless of what happens, you're not gonna learn from it today. You're not gonna stop being bad right now. It's a process. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing I'm gonna do right now that's gonna make you never do nothing bad again.
Right.
But I think that it's important that kids know it's a consequence when you do something wrong.
Right.
So sometimes when I'm at home with my son and he do something wrong, I can take the technology away. I can turn the TV off. I can make him go to bed early. It's things I could do to not whoop him, but to give him a consequence. If we're out at a store somewhere, it might not be nothing that I can take away from him at this moment, but they need an immediate consequence. It can't be like you finna get punished when we get home, because young kids really don't connect it to. So I might need to pop your ass. Really young kids don't connect it to.
You ain't never know, bro. I don't agree. Let me tell you why. Because I feel like those are the worst whoopings.
When you gotta wait.
It's an anticipation.
When I'm talking about young, I'm talking about like early childhood.
Like 3,
5?
4, 5.
I'm talking about like my son's age.
Okay. Younger than 7.
He's not. If he do some shit at the store and then I whip him an hour and a half later at home, he's not connecting that this ass whooping came from what you did earlier. Mm-hmm. They need immediate consequences. Like, you did this right now and you got the consequence right now. But I think that it makes you think twice about what you do, whether it makes you sneaky or not. That's fine. But you need to, because when you get in the real world, you're gonna have real consequences. Mm-hmm. I don't agree with when people whoop their kids out of anger, and I don't agree with the premise that because you're whooping your kids is out of anger. I'm never mad when I whoop my son. Like, I'm never mad when I whoop my son. I never yell at him. I just, like, come on, you finna get this whooping, and then we're gonna talk about what you did, and it's gonna be over with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't show a lot of emotions when I do it, because I don't want you to take away that I'm mad at you. I don't want you walking away thinking about how mad I am at you. I want you to walk away thinking about what you did. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just my take on it.
Well, I'm not a parent. That's my little disclaimer. But I got my ass beat quite often. And I was the oldest, though. I'm like the oldest of 4. Me and my sister, we the oldest of 4.
Y'all twins?
Daddy was a Rolling Stone.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So he had 2 daughters, same year, just months apart. We grew up in different households. So my sister grew up with just her mom, and I grew up in a household with my brothers and my sister. So I would get my ass beat because I just didn't want to watch my little brothers and sisters. And that was kind of how I felt relating to what you said, where, you know, you just whooping your child because you just bad at communicating in some ways. I feel like also I think with being the oldest, you get a lot of times the oldest gets a lot of whoopings because now I have to lead by example. Exactly. You know, you don't really get that opportunity to also be a sibling with your siblings and enjoy being rambunctious and being a child. You don't really get that. You being the oldest, they hold you to a certain responsibility. And they hold you to a certain expectation as far as looking after your younger siblings. And I felt that really wasn't fair. So a lot of my rebelliousness was just not coming home on time, not coming home because I'm a child. Why I got to watch more kids? That's not mine. But even still, like, I feel like whoopings was a good way to, and I would say with this generation, particularly, was to instill some fear into your parents. It's like you don't want to fear your parents, but you want to fear them enough to not want to disrespect them. So I understand, and I'll wholeheartedly understand a lot of the ass whoopings that I might have got and they were instantaneous at some of them times because I needed to learn right then and there. My dad whooped my ass in front of a entire family barbecue because I told him he was not my daddy. That's how angry I was. Like, you can't talk to me like this. You ain't even my daddy. Like, you don't even do nothing dads do. Like, get out my face.
But he really was your daddy?
Biologically, yes. This is my father. This is my father. I was going
stepdaddy, like, but damn, you shooting under the belt,
that was my frustration though, because when I'm coming home from school as the oldest, I'm playing the parent. So I'm looking at it as my dad think he finna daddy me right now, and I'm the one that take care of my little brothers and sisters. Like, nah, you got me fucked up. So I challenged that at a real young age. But even then, I feel like whoopings was good enough for me to try to instill some type of respect for my parents. At times, I do feel like my parents could have been better as far as communicating their words and their situations to me than just whooping me. And I feel like a few of us might have had these situations too where you done got this tiresome ass whipping, okay? You right. Tired as hell, and then they come back and sit and talk to you. You know why I had to whip your ass, right? Like, you know, it's just that. It's
that should be done before.
It's just that you already then tried to get yourself together, but some parents will go back and explain to you. That's I feel like a disconnect is there in some of the whippings. People feel like, oh, you do wrong, you get your ass beat, but they not telling you what you did wrong, and this is why you are getting this type of ass whooping. People and will
how you
not.
Should have handled the situation next time. How you should handle the situation
right,
next
and
time.
how it should go about it the next time so you can prevent getting this ass whooping again.
Exactly.
So it was definitely a learning lesson. It really taught me a lot. And when I do decide to have children, am I gonna whip them? To be honest, y'all, it depends on the situation. Some of them ass whoopings were useful. So a pop in a grocery store, a pinch with a twist. We all know what that shit is like undercover and quietly being whooped. You gotta just hold that shit together. But ultimately, it really shapes who you are. It really does it really does kind of help alter your character. But it also shows you how to try to make better decisions for yourself even early on. It just shows you your parents wanted best for you back then, which is why they like, you think I whooped your ass? Imagine how the world is gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah.
Now that's that ass whooping.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm right. I'm that gray area for the ass whoopings, only when necessary. But you know, you got to let them know why the discipline is there, and you know, to show them how to prevent it next time.
I think like when it comes down to like whether or not I would whoop my kids, I think it would depend on the child. I think that certain children don't require ass whoopings. I know I have a nephew. I have a nephew and niece, and
Simone.
I got
yes.
but they've never gotten a whooping, and I don't think they're bad at all. You get what I'm saying?
See?
When he just graduated from high school. He's never gotten a whooping, and he good. Sometimes it just don't take that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Some kids it just don't take. You gotta whip their ass. Sometimes you can just literally be like. Sometimes kids are you being disappointed in them is even far worse to them. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. My mama say she disappointed in me. I'm like, so, like, you know what I'm saying? Who cares? You're gonna be disappointed again.
My mama tell me she disappointed in me. See,
yeah,
that hurt my
like
feelings.
I'll be on the phone now.
Like, damn, Mom.
All right, but you know what I'm saying? But like, I think like when it comes to me whooping my kids, like I said, it depends on the child. Some children just need they ass whooped. You know what I mean? My mama had a quote, and she used to tell us, it's kind of like what you said. I'm whooping your ass now, so they don't whoop your ass later. You know what I mean? And I think that's just,
But we black, so they gonna whoop our ass anyway.
Period.
Sorry, mama.
Period.
Sorry, mama.
Yeah.
You whoop my ass, now they whoop my ass.
Still get my ass beat.
I just got two. You ever got two whoopings? Like one person whoop you and the other person
I
whoop
got
you?
one from each parent. I had a 2-parent home. Huh?
Y'all ain't never got whooped in advance, though.
Yeah.
No, I got whooped. Like, my mama finna go out of town, and I know you finna be bad, so I'm gonna whoop your ass right now for the shit you gonna do. And when I get back, I'm gonna whoop your ass for the shit you did. It's the same shit.
Oh, no, that's some whole different type of ass.
I ain't gonna say that. I feel like that's abuse, but
it happens.
What's the worst whooping you ever got?
I'm sorry. I got one more thing before we get into that. I'm sorry.
What?
One thing that you said that was real big, the fear thing, right? I think that's a big part of this. So I'm gonna say that before we move on to the next part. That's fucked up that we want kids to fear. I think respect comes from admiration or fear, but I think it's better when it comes from admiration because you grow out of that fear. I think from my father, my respect for him came from fear, and when I started boxing and got bigger, I just wasn't scared of that nigga no more. And a lot of that shit, a lot of the respect
wasn't there,
because it wasn't about me looking up to you and wanting to be like you or none of that. It was about I'm just scared of you. You know what I mean?
I think the reason why. I think like I don't know if you ever heard it's the Bronx Story. Y'all ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
We see
Bronx Tale.
Yeah, Bronx Tale. That's what it's called. What's his name? Sonny?
Yeah.
Sonny. So C's dad was telling C about Sonny, and he was saying that it's two things: people gonna respect you or people gonna fear you. Mm-hmm. And he was saying like people don't respect Sonny, they fear Sonny. Mm-hmm. Right. And like you said. It's a huge difference.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
It really is.
And the thing about it is, with respect and fear, I think that our culture has got those two confused. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Most certainly.
And the thing about it is, I think that they think that people are respecting them. It's really, motherfuckers just fear you.
Yeah.
And I think that as I got older, I realized what made me respect my mom is the sacrifices I feel like she's done for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The things that I feel like she's given up for me. Mm-hmm. And things that I feel like you said, she risked for me. And I think that, like I said, growing up, I didn't give a fuck if I disappointed her. Like now I'd be like, damn, I ain't trying to make you look bad. I ain't trying to make you feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Right. However, sometimes it's inevitable. But because I think a lot of our parents, it's something about the baby boomer generation that they think because I don't do what you say, that I'm disrespecting you. And it's like, no, I'm doing what I want to do because I'm grown. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just have my own mind and my own experiences, so I know what I want to do.
I feel like our culture has definitely misconstrued what respect is and fear is and what disrespect is. Mm-hmm. And I think that it needs, all of those have to have a line in between them. Like, you know what I mean? Because you have to make, that right there is black and white to me. It's no, in between. No, I respect you. So I'm not gonna do that I'm not gonna do things out of disrespect. However, because I don't do what you say, it doesn't mean I'm trying to disregard you. It's just my choice. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that could limit a kid's ability to think for themselves and make their own decisions because they're in so much fear of what they're taught to be in fear of what their authority figure thinks. So that follows you into the workplace. That follows you into other places. Like it follows you into sports. You know what I'm saying? It follows you into all types of places where you have to listen to somebody. Yeah. Or you feel like you have to listen to somebody and you can't use your better judgment for a situation that you're in. Like I'm in the situation and I can't use my better judgment because I gotta listen to your ass.
I think that has affected me in some things. Like because my mama used to tell me, like, I used to go back and forth with her, like, you're not always right. And she was like, well, the Bible tells me that no, the Bible don't say that. I literally said, I'm like, you got to tell me where that in the Bible it says that. And she's like, well, No, it don't.
That's where my ass whoopings came from.
No, you know what I'm
Challenging my
saying?
mama, I swear.
No, like,
Challenging that body will get you fucked up.
No,
Look.
on my mama. And the thing is, I'm like, man, I read the same Bible you read. They ain't say that in that Bible. They ain't say that in that Bible. And it's crazy, like, those type of situations, I think that also made me, this is the type of person I am. I don't go for advice. I go for validation. You get what I'm saying? Like, I really already know what I want to do. I'm just calling you because I want you to see if you agree. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, man.
And
yes, man.
Nah, he ain't one. He know.
I'm
He's
not
gonna
the nigga to call.
Nah, and it's kind of like, and what calling him is like, it comes with his opinion.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, I
when
can
you
literally
don't
be like,
ask
should
for
I do
it, right?
this? No, you shouldn't. And this is why you shouldn't do it. And it's like, this is why you shouldn't do it. And this is why you gonna be fucked up. It's like, bro, a no would have just
been fine. Just say no.
Yeah. But I think that validation sometimes is because I felt like I was not validated with my thoughts because my mom didn't agree with most of the shit that I wanted to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely. I definitely agree that affects that. I think that's where a lot of my whoopings coming from is me standing up like, no,
standing
I'm
up
not
for yourself.
Doing that
oh my
shit.
gosh, yes, yes,
yeah.
yes. I agree.
I think another big part of this is not making sweeping statements about these sweeping generalizations. Like whooping is bad for everybody. Yeah. Not getting whooped is good for everybody. Like everybody's different. Let's always remember that. Like so when we talk about kids shouldn't get whooping, every kid is different. And your ass, Tamara Ramari, ain't experienced every motherfucking kid.
Yeah, your kids might just be good. Yeah, your kids you might have just got a good batch.
I got some third graders. I drop little Dante off at your crib.
You gonna want to whip
You gonna put your hands on them.
Come get him now.
So the worst whooping you ever had? What did you do, and why was that ass whooping so bad? You wanna pop off? Cause you was getting them Puerto Rican ass whoopings.
I was getting real ass Puerto Rican ass whoopings. So it was one of these nights, y'all. It was homecoming night, actually, high school, senior year.
Damn, you was in high school?
Whooping at high school?
Yes, I got beat the fuck up by my mother and my father, y'all. I got beat the fuck up. Let me tell you.
At 12, I was snatching belts out there. You ain't whooping me no more.
I got beat up because, I was running late for taking care of, I had a little sister that was in a coma, and we had like a hospital room in my mom's house, and we had to take care of her. So I was pretty much a caregiver and a nurse. At the same time, I'm trying to be a teenager and just enjoy my life. So I was running hella late. Homecoming game and a homecoming party was over at like 10, 11. I didn't walk my ass in the house till about 1, 2.
Yeah, you pushing it. You only like 15?
No, I was 8. I was like 17, about to be 18. I was about to graduate from high school. This was homecoming. My senior year. We celebrating that we new seniors. So, I was feeling myself. But I got home late. Y'all, and my mom was asking me, like, I was calling you. I was telling you you need to come home. And I'm telling her, like, my phone was dead, and it most certainly was not dead.
So you were lying.
I was lying. I was lying and I was late. And I just felt like I got tired of asking to just live my life. Like, I was so tired of it. I had just got so tired of it, y'all. So I decided to come home when I wanted to come home. She grabs me and I'm pretty much like balled up in the corner because I can't let my mama hit my face, but it's like I'm not finna raise my hand at my mama. I'm not finna swing back and hit my mama, but I'm dodging and I'm moving and I'm blocking my face. And so out of nowhere, my daddy, I hear a nigga's voice, and he her ass home. Let me get some of this too. What? This man came, y'all. He snatched me from my mama, picked me up, and he got the beat in my ass too. But it wasn't with no belt. Like, my parents like to beat me with their hands, and my dad was fighting me like I was some nigga on the street. It was crazy, but it was to a point where I'm like, okay, I can't wait till I go away to school. And I was so thirsty to graduate, I could not wait to graduate. But it was just one of them moments, y'all, where I felt like I was felt like I was fighting for my freedom. It sounds so crazy, but
freedom fighter.
When yes, a real life freedom fighter. But when you the oldest sibling, they have already instilled so much responsibility in you that when you let loose just a little bit, and then they forget that you still a child too, and you still a teenager, you know. They still hold you accountable like you a grown-ass person. Like, I done violated some shit in the gang, and now I'm finna get my ass beat or some shit like that. But that's what it felt like. But it wasn't the best ass whooping by far. It was awful because...
A best dad? I don't know a best dad.
It was...
I got a best one.
It was an ass whooping from my mother, and it was ass whooping from my dad. And I was more so upset that my dad came out of nowhere and decided to add his 2 cents in because he don't even help take care of shit, you know? So it's like, what makes you feel like it's okay for you to come over here and do or say anything to me? And my mom has instilled to me to run the household when you not home, period. So it was just like, I don't know. It was a weird situation, but I survived through that thing though.
You here?
I'm here. Tears, no fears. Let's get it.
So for me, the worst ass whooping that I ever got was in college from Big Brother, but I can't talk about that. So, the one I can talk about, I was throwing rocks, right?
Are these actual rocks, or you was just like dishing out bullshit?
No. I'm like 7 years old or some shit.
Okay.
I'm in the backyard. And my cousin's just throwing rocks. We got an old man, one of the neighbors, like 2 doors down. Shiny ass head. It's like it peeked right over the gate. And like that motherfucker was like a video game, like how you try to like hit the turtle for a pass by. Nigga, we throwing them bitches, standing on the slide, throwing them. They just hitting the gate. I guess he don't hit the rocks hitting the gates because he ain't ducking or nothing. So eventually, one of us throw one, popped his ass. We tried to duck down under the slide. We had a little slide in the backyard. We tried to duck down so nigga couldn't see us. And our dumb ass being too thirsty to see him, we look back up and he looking right at us. Like, oh shit. So he run in the crib. We run in the room. We like, oh shit, we scared as hell. That doorbell ring. I done that pissed on myself. You know what I'm saying? He rang the doorbell. Like, oh shit. So he come in and tell my auntie, my cousin mama, like, you know, they was throwing rocks in the backyard. They hit me in the head with a rock. Ooh. She pissed, but she sleepy though. So she like, when I wake up, I'm beating y'all ass, right? She like, when I wake up, I'm beating y'all ass. So while she go back to sleep, nigga, we hide everything in the house, like every belt, every extension cord, all that shit. They used to get switches off trees to whoop us with. Like, we couldn't hide that shit, but everything in the house, we hid that shit, right? She wake up, she looking for belts. She ain't looking for long. She like, oh, yeah, ain't no belt. Okay, bet I got y'all. She go to the kitchen.
Plan B.
She get one of them wooden spoons that you stir spaghetti with.
Oh,
the one with the little holes in it for the aerodynamics, so it sliced through the air. Bare ass with a wooden spoon tore us the fuck up.
Bro.
Tore us the fuck up, G. The shit hurt way worse than the belt. Way worse. It was horrible.
I see my
I think
knuckles.
the only thing that was worse was the extension cords.
Ugh.
I think the only thing that was worse was the extension cords.
Shit.
That's crazy.
How you get that ass beat? Let's hear it, Simone.
Gee, it's not even
too many stories.
Gee, I don't know, like, my mama is crazy.
Right.
Like, all right, so I don't know which one I want to say. Like, it's 2 of them, and I ain't never gonna forget. All right, so the one that was most embarrassing. So we at church now. I don't know if y'all know about like sage folks. So we'll get to church at 8:45. We won't leave at 3 normally.
Oh.
Right.
So my mama was like a Sunday
shift.
Yeah, a Sunday school teacher. And the day before I went to the skating rink. So I'm
tired, sis.
bro.
You tired.
One fucking time.
I'm tired, boss. Ass. So we at church. We get there. I'm at there 8:45 on the dot. My mama ain't late for nothing. Never late. So we the church ending usually in there 3. The pastor say we gonna hold a meeting after church. So I'm pissed. I'm hungry. I'm sleepy. I just want a nap. So he like, now the pastor is my uncle. Is my mom's sister's husband.
Okay.
So they talking. He finally done. It was an hour meeting, G. So when I ain't leaving that motherfucker ooh, not motherfucking Lord. I ain't leaving the church till 4. So he like, are we done? And I go, yes. But I didn't think he heard me.
Oh,
he was like, oh.
He ready to go.
Oh. Man, I'm not gonna, you ever feel your mama look at you? You like, I'm like
knew
this.
It was a rat.
I'm like this. Gee. Straight forward.
We're on ride home.
Gee, no. So I'm talking to my cousin. So he prays out. My cousin like, you finna get your ass knocked out.
Ooh.
I'm like 13, literally. She walked, I didn't even see her. She walked up, slapped the shit out of me. Open hand, slapped the shit out of me. You literally, and you know all the kids like, ooh,
damn.
Right. They say, everybody said it, ooh, my heart hurt, bro.
You do one of these?
I got up out of there. I went straight to the car. I'm outside the car. I'm ready to go, bro. Man, I was so blue. I was so embarrassed.
Yeah, that hurt. That's God for life.
Nah, but I think, you know what? And when I was 6, I was anticipating an ass whooping, so I put on a bunch of jeans.
Right.
And
that bare ass action.
So you're beautiful. I used to blame all that shit on my siblings.
Gee, I'll put on, when I say, but the thing is, it was by my stepfather. And he was like, oh, you think you smart. Take it off. And I was so blue. Oh my gosh. If my mama beat my ass so much, it don't even make sense.
Y'all ever experienced the ass whooping on a bunk bed?
It is worse on the bunk bed or something?
Yeah, because you can't move.
Yeah, if you at the top of the bunk bed and you finna get an ass whooping, where
you
can't move. Because it's like,
where you finna go?
Anyway, I damn near fall off.
I'm going to either fall and eat the flow.
And I'm going to eat the flow.
Or I'm going to take
get my ass
right.
So it's like...
Nah, I ain't never got one of them before.
Oh, yeah. Them not good.
I
don't experience that because I had siblings, but that bunk bed shit, that's something else.
And then,
that's a trap.
Up there with you because motherfuckers move. Like, get your ass off me.
It's a trap.
Like, your legs.
Get down. You got to whip and move.
I was getting my ass whooped one time. My pops, and that nigga missed and hit himself in the nuts with the belt. Best ass whooping ever. I was
500
dead.
Points.
Nigga, best ass whooping ever. He was sick too. He like, I'm gonna fuck you up next time.
Take a break.
Just went upstairs. Hit himself in the nuts.
Y'all seen that post and it was like, have you ever woke up from ass whipping to a faint smell of spaghetti? I was like, we all live the same fucking life. Oh, my mama, every time I got an ass whooping, I woke up to spaghetti. Like,
that's funny as hell.
That shit crazy. Speaking of the devil, look at her texting me.
All right, so